When most of us think about debt, we think it's a civil problem, right? You get some nasty phone calls, maybe a lawsuit, worst case, bankruptcy. But what if I told you there's another kind of debt? One that's pretty much unique to Las Vegas, where the consequences aren't just about your bank account, they're criminal. Yeah, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly how that's even possible. Okay, so it really boils down to this simple but kind of shocking comparison. If you owe a bank a bunch of money, that's a civil matter. But if you owe a Las Vegas casino that exact same amount, bam, you could be staring down a Class D felony. So how in the world can two identical debts lead to such wildly different places? Well, that's the dark secret of the Nevada legal system that we're about to get into. So let's be clear. This isn't just a story about losing money at the tables. It's really a tale of two completely different kinds of debt. And it pulls the curtain back on this incredibly powerful and unique legal tool that Nevada casinos have, one that turns a simple collection problem into a full-blown criminal case. And get this quote from our source material, it's not an exaggeration. Let me read it. The casinos have effectively deputized the district attorney's office to act as their private armed collection agency. I mean, just think about that. It's describing a system where the state's own prosecutors are basically working as the casino's private muscle. It's a really powerful and, frankly, kind of shocking setup. So the big question is, how do they get away with this? Well, it all comes down to a clever legal loophole called the bad check trap. And it's simple, but it is devastatingly effective. And it all hinges on what that piece of paper you sign at the casino cage actually is, legally speaking. All right, here's the heart of the trap. When you get a casino marker, you're probably thinking, okay, I'm getting a line of credit, a simple loan. But you're not even close. Under Nevada law, that marker is legally identical to a personal check, a check you've written directly from your bank account. And that one little detail changes everything. Just look at how this plays out. It's a super simple 4-step process. First, you sign a marker for, say 50 grand. Step 2, you hit the tables and, well, your luck runs out and you lose it all. Now, here's the crucial part. The casino doesn't send you a bill or an invoice. Nope, they take that marker and deposit it, like a check, directly into your bank account. And if it bounces, guess what? You haven't just defaulted on a loan. You've just committed a felony. And this is the legal firepower that makes the whole thing stick. There's a Nevada law, NRS 205.130, that automatically, and this is the key word, presumes you had the intent to defraud the casino the second you sign that paper, if the money isn't there later. It doesn't matter what your situation is now. The law looks backwards in time and just assumes you were trying to pull a fast one from the very beginning. Okay, so the moment that marker bounces, a clock starts ticking. And believe me, it is a terrifyingly efficient clock. We're not talking about a long, drawn-out civil court process here. Oh no, this is a rapid-fire, almost automated countdown that goes from a simple payment notice to a felony warrant in just a few short weeks. Let's actually walk through this timeline, because it moves fast. Day 1, the marker bounces. The casino sends you a 10-day notice. That's it. Day 11, you haven't paid up, so your file is immediately sent over to the district attorney's bad check unit. The very next day, the DA sends out one final 10-day notice. By day 22, just 3 weeks later, it's game over. A nationwide felony warrant is issued for your arrest. And make absolutely no mistake about it, this isn't just a Vegas problem. That warrant goes into a national crime database. So you could be, driving in Florida, get pulled over for a simple speeding ticket, and boom. The next thing you know, you're being arrested and extradited all the way back to Las Vegas in shackles to face felony charges. It's wild. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, this probably only happens to small-time players who get in over their head. But nope, it happens to the biggest of the big, the whales. Which brings us to probably the most famous case of all, the truly cautionary tale of a businessman named Terrance Watanabe. The numbers in this story they're mind-blowing. In a single year, Watanabe went on what has to be one of the biggest losing streaks in gambling history. He lost $127 million at just 2 casinos. I mean, it's a sum of money that's almost impossible to even wrap your head around. So, when he couldn't pay off the last of his markers, what did the casino do? They didn't just file a lawsuit, they went straight to the DA. And for those unpaid markers, Terrance Watanabe found himself facing felony theft and fraud charges with a potential prison sentence of 28 years. 28 years. But his defense was an absolute bombshell aimed right back at the casino. His lawyers argued that the casino was totally complicit. They claimed the casino intentionally preyed on his addictions by keeping him constantly intoxicated. They were plying him with painkillers, Lortab, supplying his favorite vodka, and encouraging these insane 24-hour gambling marathons long after he could make any kind of rational decision. And this is the whole point. Terrance Watanabe was a multimillionaire. He had the money to hire a team of high-powered lawyers to fight back, and in the end, the whole thing was settled out of court. But, and this is a big but, for the average person who gets caught in this exact same trap, there's no money for a huge legal battle. There's just the choice between a plea deal and a prison cell. So what's the final verdict on all this? Well, the casino marker system is a brutally efficient tool. It's designed to make sure that no matter what happens at the felt, the house always collects. It's this perfect symbiotic relationship, you know? The casinos get their own private enforcer, and the DA's office gets to fund itself with all the fees it collects. Really, it all comes down to this one kind of chilling line from our sources. You know how in the normal business world, net 30 means you've got 30 days to pay your invoice? Well, in Vegas, it means you've got 30 days to stay out of a cage. 30 days to find the cash, or you could be trading that casino suite for a jail cell. Which really just leaves us with one final big question to think about. When you sign that piece of paper in a Las Vegas casino, are you really just getting a line of credit? Or are you, maybe without even realizing it, making a much bigger bet? A wager on your own freedom. Look, if you or anyone you know has a gambling problem and wants some help, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Just a reminder, this content is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It's copyrighted 2026 by Volcanic Dingo LLC. All rights reserved, and please gamble responsibly.